All right. What's good? What's good? What's good? You tune in Apartment 5B, hosted by your man Kill. Y'all already know what it is. I got my squad with me tonight. Ladies first, Porsche. What's good, miss?
Not a whole lot, Kill. How are you?
All right. Yao G's.
What's going on? How y'all doing?
Yo, let me tell you something. One of my coworkers came to me today and was like, yo, Kill. He a Knicks fan. He was like, yo, Kill. Yo, we beat the Lakers last night in Summer League. I'm like, really, nigga? Like, you're telling me, I'm like, all right, bro, you know what? Whatever you need to feel good. Yep, y'all fucking beat the Lakers last night in Summer League. Nick, what's good?
What's going on, man?
Man, everything is good. Bruce Wayne, what's good?
Chilling, man.
All right. Got my man Greg chopping it up with us for the first time. What's going on, fam?
No, just thank you for having me.
No doubt, man. We already know me. Let's get right into it. Y'all know me. I try to stay away from the normal stuff. So, everybody else is doing their top 5 albums of the year so far and all that stuff. I wanted to do something different. So me and Bruce was chopping it up early in the week about Westside Gunn's new album, Fly God is an Awesome God, and the beats on there. And I was like, yo, you know what? Let's flip it and let's do our top 5 beats of 2016 so far. Some of our favorite verses so far, our one favorite album of the year so far, and the one album we're looking forward to. So that's what we're going to be chopping it up about tonight. I never go first. I'm going first tonight because I don't want nobody saying my shit. So number one, my top 5 beat of this year is Madlib with Palmolive off of the band.
Oh, man.
Yo, every time I hear that song, I have to repeat it at least 6 to 7 times. Like, there's no way I get to Palmolive and I'm like, yo, I got to hear that again. And
understand.
Again, I'd be like, I'm like, no, stop, Kill, no more Palmolive, and then that beat comes back on again, and it's crazy. Second joint, same thing, Madlib, Giannis with Anderson.
Oh, that's see, I got 3 on Bandana as well. So
you could have just did top 5 beats on Bandana, like,
no surprise.
I was trying to diversify my funds, like Deck told everybody. Like, no, that was just diversify your funds. I was like, I could sit here and really give everything to Madlib and Arsonist just alone for beats off the rip. Giannis got all the flips that Madlib is using with the James Brown with your bats. Like, the way it fits in is just incredible. Next joint, Make No Issues of It, off the El Capo Jim Jones joint, Arsonist and the Heat Makers. I don't know how I never see anybody anywhere on Twitter ever talking about Arsonist. I have no idea, especially after El Capo, how you could not be talking about this dude. Another one of my favorite beats off the same album, Love of the Hustle. I love how he freaked the Marvin Gaye, I Want You, and that beat is just crazy. And then the last joint I got, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 5 is Sunday School, Derringer, off of the Plugs I Met, Benny the Butcher.
38 Special. See, man, I don't even need to go.
Well, you know what, fam, not, because you may have a different explanation. I'm gonna shut up and let's go straight to Greg since he got some of them joints. Greg, what are your joints?
All right, so we're gonna do Sunday School. I just think it's a very unconventional piano loop, which I love. As a producer, I like hearing things I probably wouldn't have done. Definitely Giannis on the Bandana joint. That's just classic Madlib. Madlib don't beat you over the head with any particular element in his beats. Sometimes the drums be like way in the back. It's just like you just get a hint of it, kind of like the way he started flipping that style on Mad Villainy. Like nothing really beats you over the head with Madlib joints, which I love about it.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna go Palmolive, but we'll go. Damn, we kind of got to go Palmolive.
You got to, bro.
Got to.
You can't go wrong with it.
It's on there, bro. It's on there.
And then I'm gonna go Headliners, the DJ Premier joint with the Griselda fam. A classic Primo joint that we kind of needed. You don't pull no tricks. It sounded like he pulled the MPC 60 back out. It's just an official Primo joint. And then last but not least, it's a real low key joint, but it's a Czarface, Enemies and Ivory from 7L Esoteric, 7L the producer. Just a little instrumental joint that they dropped. So I hope everybody go check that out. 7L is definitely underrated cat. They whole camp, the thing they do with Inspector Deck and everything is beautiful. So
and what's the last joint you said? I don't know. I'm not up on that. What is it?
Enemies of Ivory. It's on the Double Dose of Danger for Czarface, the whole 7L Esoteric Inspector deck.
All right.
So they got like 4 joints. They got the joint with Doom, the joint with Ghostface. So it's just straight ahead bangers, which I love. So
All right. Bet.
that's what I'm off with.
I gotta check that joint out. Good looking. Porsche, what you got, miss?
I got 3 of my 5 are from the Bandana album, which is so shocking because it actually is shocking for me because I didn't expect to like this album as much as I did. But of course it's Palmolive. And I actually feel like no one really said much about Palmolive when the album dropped and people were kind of posting their opinions and stuff. And then I was like, wait, why do I like this song so much? Like, it's just such a dope track all around. So Palmolive, hands down, is number 1. And then I got Giannis as well. And I have Education with Black Thought and Yasin Bey. And I just love the way that beat sort of complements first of all, their content, their lyrical content, and then also their voices. Thought and Mos have such a different, like, intonation in their voices, but somehow that beat just complements everybody, and it's just it's brilliant. I don't know if I'm the only one that heard it that way.
The joint is dope. The funniest thing is it goes to show how you could flip a sample because Ye used the same joint on the Nasir joint. You know?
That's why I heard it from him. I knew. I said, yeah. Somebody else said
Sure.
that.
Bon Jovi, which ironically is the only song I like on that album.
Exactly, the Bon Jovi joint.
Yeah.
So it was funny because I haven't seen anybody even mention the fact that Ye used that before. You know what I mean?
The Education sample.
Yeah. Which will bring us to what me and Bruce was talking about earlier.
That song is like 10 years old too.
Exactly.
Education.
Yeah, so yeah, probably.
Because I was watching Madlib Medicine Show the other day because I knew it sounded familiar. Then I rewatched that video. I'm like, oh, that's it. Because it sounded like a static Mos Def.
Is the beat 10 years old or the verse the most?
Mos Def's verse too.
Oh, the verse too?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh wow.
I know that what was the joint that Ye put on Pablo that Madlib did?
Oh, I know.
I've never heard that.
No more parties on LA.
Yeah, that was supposed to be on the My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy sessions.
Yeah.
So that's how long Ye be holding on to stuff.
Hey, look,
Yeah.
sometimes you gotta hold on to stuff, bro.
All right, no doubt, Portia. What was your other 2?
And then I have Roundabout Midnight off the Blue and Oh No joint, which I love. I love that it sounds you can hear the West Coast sort of G-funk beat in there, but then it's not all that. So I love the way they did that. Yeah, it's great. And then I did by Exile and Choosy off the Black Beans album.
No doubt. Bruce, what you got?
For beats, first I had Fake Names off Bandana. I was trying to keep it as little bit. I could have did the whole Bandana for real. But that beat switch was just it was crazy. Especially the first time you heard it, it was like, whoa, it just caught me off guard. Because the beat switch. I got Tyler, Creator, A Boy Is a Gun. That sample he used, I forgot the sample, but that joint was so.
Tell me this: how is this? I've never been a fan of Dude. I've never heard Dude. I've heard songs here and there. My daughter is telling me about Tyler, the Creator. I'm hearing a buzz. Is this worth me? Y'all know me. It takes.
That's what I'm saying. For you, I don't know. I mean, you can give it a listen. Not the album, but I think you would like that song.
All right. What was you saying about Tyler, Nick?
No, I was saying that if it's Tyler the Creator, you ain't gonna like it.
No, you're not.
Yeah. Like I know
he was doing more singing on this album too.
Yeah.
All right. What else?
But that beat was fire. I could have picked any beat off of the Prelude by Rob Marciano. I picked the song Not One from the EP he just dropped a couple weeks ago. Rob Marciano, he always picks the perfect beat to end the album. You know what I'm saying? Like his closing beats be ridiculous. And like it's always sounds like the last song. You know, some people end the album and like the beat, it's like, wait, that's it? Like he just knows how to conclude an album. I had Bubble Hill by Euro Droog. That was off the first album he dropped this year.
I apologize. What you saw? Bubble guts? What you?
Bubble Hill.
Bubble Hill.
Bubble Hill. That's the name of the song.
Bubble guts. Kill.
I mean, let's not act Bubble Hill. Like that really doesn't sound like a hip hop song. Like if I was
That's
Haitian body odor. Okay?
new single.
Body odor.
that's what I'm saying. Like people be named
This is your old Droog, man. This is like a white.
exactly. Like
Yeah, white-
this is the president of the Matt Comey fan club.
Yo, here's the wild part. Bruce sent me a and this motherfucker done blocked me. I don't even fuck with Droog. I don't even follow him. You must have heard about my Comey slam. This nigga blocked.
that auto block action.
I'm like, yo, how you gonna? I don't even follow you, bro. Like, yo,
Can't hate on Haitian body odor, man.
I'm like, yo, I don't care about no Nas sound alike, nigga. I don't follow you, like, and I'm like, yo, this nigga blocked me. It's like Action Bronson blocking me, like, nigga, come on. But neither here nor there. And what's your last one, Bruce?
And my last one is by my man Robert De Niro. He's a producer from Arizona. He did an album with I always forget this dude's name. He's got a long name, but he's from Delaware. He's out in San Diego. They have a song called "Stolen Land," and I actually DM'd them, was like, "You cheated because you had an Al Green sample." You sample Al Green. It's like a short list of people to sample that's cheating. Al Green's on that list, and yeah, that beat is very soulful.
No doubt. Nick, who you got, man?
Well, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like I really haven't been loving rap this year, so like mine's just from the Bandana album. So like y'all said, Palm Olive was one of them. Crime Pays was one of them.
Mm-hmm.
The Education joint was one of them, and it was actually a joint at the end called Gat Damn that I liked a lot.
That was about the therapy. That was about him going to therapy and whatnot. Yeah, I love that joint. That's incredible.
And then Schoolboy Q had one at the end called, I think it was called Test, but it's the last song on the album. That's another beat I like. It wasn't a very strong album by Schoolboy, but that closing song was pretty dope.
What let you down about the album?
Just wasn't as dope as Blank Face to me. Like Blank Face was my favorite album was 2016, and I just expected better. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I heard Blank Face the week before that came out, and I was just like, "Yeah, this not gonna top it." I just humbled my expectations.
But what was it for you? Was it the beats, the rhymes? Like, what didn't connect for you?
The beats mainly. It's the beats. Yeah, the beats just wasn't. I don't know what I guess as a fan, we expect what we want a lot of times. And, you know, artists just do their thing, you know, and they have the freedom to do that. And we have the freedom to like it or not. But it just wasn't what I wanted from Schoolboy.
All right.
There was a lot of songs on there. It seemed like he was just trying to catch a hit.
That too.
Yeah.
That too. It did seem like he was trying to have some hits.
Because when Num Num Juice came out, I was like, "Oh, this joint about to be fire." But then the one with Travis Scott, I'm like, yeah. I was like.
And that is because I saw an interview where he was saying Blank Face was critical acclaim, but nobody bought it. Type of thing. So this album, he tried to get a couple.
He came out Delaware too. I thought that was funny.
All right, yeah. What you got?
First joint for Beats is gonna be 18 Wheeler. That joint come on, it slaps hard, bro. Like every time it comes on, I probably play that song. I probably repeat that song most from Plugs on that album the most. That and Sunday School.
Yeah, whoever engineered them kicks, the kicks in that is just crazy.
Crazy.
The beat has grown on me, but yeah.
From the first
is that the first song on there?
No, it's like next to last.
Second to last.
Yes.
Okay.
Push.
The next joint, I love the Mama I Made It song on Jim Jones' album. It's hard. They both came with a verse with dope verses. Everybody on that joint rap. Sue Surf album got a joint called What If. Real mellow, real melodic, but I was just shocked that he was rapping on the beat. That was really that good. I'm not sure if y'all heard Sue Surf album. It's really good.
I apologize. I'm old, y'all. Sue Surf, like a sous chef.
Like okay, Sue Surf is it's spelled like the Asian warriors from back in the day, but he's a battle rapper. Been on the battle circuit, had plenty of battles, but he put out an album. He's actually one of the doper battle rappers. And if keep it a buck, I'm not sure if I've heard too many battle rappers who had albums that are better than Sue Surf. That shit it's a really, really good album.
And it dropped this year?
Dropped this year, definitely. Dropped this year. I will check it out. The song I love from there is What If. Conway got a joint on EIF2 called Overdose. And it ain't no drum, he just spitting, but I love just the way that I'm really been these mellow, like soft drum beats as far as shit I've been listening to. Obviously, Palm was the same way. And I also got to put up there. My fifth one is going to be Massage Sheets. I don't know why nobody even mentioned that.
That's what I'll be saying. That's all hard.
that man, like for me, when I'm in the gym, the back-to-back between Massage Sheets and then Palm Olive, I literally bring both songs back every time when I got to do that.
I feel you.
I love Massage Sheets, though. That joint is rocking every time. The reggae sample they used in there is so just perfectly placed too. So those are my five.
All right, no doubt.
And I got a disclaimer too. Like me, the Jim Jones album, I love it, but if it's stream only, I don't get to sit with it like that because I don't stream a lot. So.
Oh, so he didn't put out no hard copies?
Nah, he didn't put out a hard copy.
Really? I didn't know that. Look, I'll listen to an album regardless. Like stream.
Yeah, I don't stream a lot.
So Nick, why don't you stream? Just curious.
I mean, I stream, but like if I'm in the whip, CD. If I'm in the crib, CD, vinyl. I rarely stream like that. So
right.
Digital only. It don't sit with me all the time.
All right, no doubt. Now for verses, we're gonna just go right back to Palm Olive. We could just start right there. Here's the thing, man. I'm listening to the beat comes on, I'm like into it, and then this nigga Freddie Gibbs says, "Fucking my pastor daughter with 2 Jesus pieces." Bruh, you are fucking your pastor's daughter while wearing 2 Jesus pieces. Like that's right up there when I was like, and then you end the verse with, "Boy, I was getting away with murder before Denzel was fucking Viola." Like, y'all know me. I'm really big on how people set verses off and how you end them. And I don't know if anybody's ever set off fucking a pastor daughter and then ending it with Denzel fucking Viola. So that's it. And it's kind of tied to because Pusha's verse on there went in. Like, I've told people before, I felt like Pusha kind of mailed his verse in on 18 Wheeler. I didn't feel like it was. I'm a Pusha for now.
No, I don't think so.
I know that if that was a Jay-Z song, that same verse doesn't get used. Like, I don't know if he doesn't fuck with Griselda or what, but
he kind of lowballed him. He kind of threw him a.
Nah, man.
He kind of lowball. He saved the best verse for that Mad Lib and Gibbs.
Yo, you listen to this verse on Palm Olive, and then listen to the verse on 18.
Yeah, not even close.
Those things ain't even close.
Not even
close in the least bit. I mean, this dude starts it off. Look, real bars are the ill bars. These scars are the only that they couldn't kill God. My cocaine still sketching out my memoir. When I did the door panels on the Winstars, that alone right there is better than whatever he said. And the only thing he really said on 18 Wheeler was, 80-20 Master P. Why would I have a 50-50 nigga? You ain't.
Y'all about to make me pull up the verse. What are y'all talking about?
Yo, again, let me go a tad deeper into what I'm talking about. It was a snowfall, and Reagan gave me the visual. Obama opened the door.
Kill, you have taken everything I was gonna say. Like, literally.
Said Obama opened the doors to the White House to me, knowing I was a criminal. That one line is better than
I took a risk.
Don't even get me started on that. I took a risk.
I took a risk to a Motel 6. It sounds dumb. Like,
don't stop. Don't try to tell me that 18 what? I don't even know if that's 12 bars. Like, I felt like somebody called me like, yo, some niggas named Benny wants you on the album. Yo, that is a throwaway push, man. Just alone that I took a trip. Oh my, yo, just and then to end it with, tell me, are you Alpo or Mitch?
Nigga?
Yeah.
Listen, first of all, I want to keep it a buck. The Pusha verse is in my top 3 verses of the year.
Okay.
No, but I can't sit here and be like, nah.
Now the Benny verse wasn't trash.
No.
Just for Pusha level, it was underwhelming.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm a Pusha.
Yeah.
That so when
and it came out a week apart, so you can like.
Right. It's like, yo,
it wasn't even fair.
I'm in the barbershop. My man hit me like, yo, hit a new Benny and Push, and I'm like, ready. And Benny's killing it. Stabbed him more times than OJ done it. I'm like, okay, you know. And then I'm pushing. I'm like, where's my quotable? Where's my rewind?
This nigga kill love violence, boy.
You do.
He from Philly. I'm from Delaware. I get it.
Yo, pull up the verse and read that. Trust me, it doesn't even come close.
I'm reading and I get it, but I know when I heard Pusha, I like the verse a lot. And reading it, when you read it, I definitely understand where you're coming from. But you know,
I think more people were just hyped to finally hear Benny and Pusha together.
Push it together, yeah.
Like, okay, cool. This is like we getting both of them. This ain't no Ric Flair wrestling Hulk Hogan 20 years too late. Like, we're getting on this track while they both still hot. I'm excited, but I was underwhelmed. As soon as I heard, I was like, yeah, he really don't fuck with them niggas like that. It's really kind of love there because that is push. But that was one. Jim Jones, State of the Union. Man, Jim went in.
So how you gonna take 2 out of my 3? This is
I guess y'all we're finally agreeing once. You know, we Guru and Fred the Godson moments, you know, our least moments, but you know, sometimes we do agree. The what was the joy?
Fred the Godson.
You know, but Fred is nasty. Don't give me y'all put me on the Fred, but yeah, Jim Jones, State of the Union, and then I'm gonna end it with Sunday School, Benny and 38. They both killed that joint. You know, to me, 38. Can't believe. Where's this joint? Oh God. An extra grand back for everyone they lose. These niggas out here borrowing guns. Not me. I got my own stick. Like I'm about to go play pool, riding cars with bricks. That's one brave move. I never did it. That's why my bitch one paid me. Like. Yo, these niggas.
You're not thorough. You can't eat with us unless you got a referral.
They really don't want to go Sunday school. Like, yo, this. I think my favorite verse was a fast car with a gun trying to catch up the rivals. I got a lamb and a stick, like I'm fresh out the Bible.
The Bible.
38. I ain't gonna lie. So it's really Righteous. This is probably the 3rd verse I ever heard from 38. But I play that verse back because Benny's on that joint. 1, 2, and I asked Kill this last week, but Kill apparently at a certain point in time was not feeling hip hop. Does anybody know Dutch from Major Figures?
Hell yeah, Dutch and Spade. Yeah.
Does 38 sound like Dutch?
A little bit he does.
You know what I'm saying? Like
his vocal tone does.
He remind me of and I don't know some of them lines, man. Like you saying, that's what my bitch one paid me. I was like, it's too much. Like them niggas made me want to sell a brick. Like I could do it. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks.
Yeah. God, I think, what else on? I mean, and from Benny's verse, I'm trying to find that. Give me a sec. I thought I had the shit in order, but I want to say
that CD yet?
Now, what you think, bro?
Yeah, it took that nigga a whole season to ship a CD.
I'll get the plugs I met when the next album comes. I don't even expect anybody who expects anything from Griselda within a good time span. Just throw out the it's not coming within a good time span. It's wild.
Yeah, you order it in summer, it come in the fall.
Right.
Exactly. What's the album drop? What's our gun album going to drop when the CD gonna come out when Hitler 7 come out?
Yeah. Here's the part from Benny. Me and West like Stockton Malone, Gotti Capone. Then he says something else in here.
Driving like pop.
I'm about to pull up lyrics too.
He OD too, bro.
Yeah, he OD. I want to say that that's the joint where he's like, I was in the feds with braids under the do rag.
Yep.
I volunteer to do you if it can do that. Like, yo, just Benny stupid. And then yeah, so that's it. So I had Palmolive, Pusha and Freddie, Jim Jones, State of the Union, and Rick Ross killed his verse too. I will say this about a lot of these albums I like. The guests also killed their verses too. Like,
Yep.
guest verses come in Sunday School with Benny and 38 Special. Honorable mention to Pharoah Monch's OMG off of the DM piece too. Diamond's joint. Diamond and Pharoah got a joint together that Pharoah just I don't even call it Black and I just call it Pharoah doing Pharoah.
Yeah.
If you haven't heard it, I'm not a big fan of the album as a whole, but there are two songs. I love that joint with Pharoah, and I love the joint with the Diaz brothers, which is Doo-Wop. Oh God, my brain is killing me. But God, Tony Touch. They got.
Okay.
So that's dope. Porsche, you got bars. What's up? What you got?
I got Blues verse on the Robbery from the album that dropped earlier this year. And I love it because I'm not going to read it out, but super descriptive. It's telling a story. It tells it well. It's like very entertaining. And it closes out the verse perfectly. And I don't want to say it because I'm going to ruin it. So if you guys want to check it out on the album. And I do like that the opening line on that verse is also sort of like a homage to Warren G's Regulate, which I love. I love how Blue incorporates the West Coast into his, like so much of the legends of the West Coast into his rhymes. So
he's from the West Coast, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's correct. And that's what I love about it. He like weaves in the West Coast, like old school West Coast stuff into his stuff. So I love that. I got Push's verse from Palmolive, and I love everything about it. This verse though, definitely makes me feel like I could go like become a drug dealer, like and be successful at it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of them lines. I think it's the last song on Benny where he's kicking game. He's like, "Nah, fuck that. I ain't giving that to y'all." Like, he literally like,
I took a risk. I took a brick. Took a road trip to the Motel 6. Like, okay, is that all it takes? I'm down. Like, I'm good. I'm coming. Let's go.
Shit. Woo! I can today.
Let me find. You know what? This is how we gonna fund Apartment 5B's pop-up shops. Everybody gonna get a brick and just tell it.
Nick won't be partaking in that action. I'll be the responsible friend and try to get bail y'all out.
That is true. You want for us to be responsible. All right, my bad question.
And then my last verse is Moses' verse from Education, and that's not to say like the whole track is dope. I love Thought's verse too. I just like Moses' verse because the references, the whole thing is just like a think piece for real on like history of whatever has gone down. And I love it. I love everything about it. Most just sounds good. But now, I mean, I don't know how old the verse is and all that kind of stuff, but it's dope. So
all right, no doubt. Greg, what you got?
So I'm only gonna do one. So I didn't really have time to formulate, a substantive offering, in my head today. But I mainly got down from Bandana, just because I couldn't stop listening to it, man. The whole song. I mean, not really a particular verse, but it just kept unfolding. And I really had hope for their relationship. You know what I'm saying? It was like, just really was able to describe how they both kind of fucked up and they did some fucked up shit. And they tried counseling, that didn't work. So I just like that part of the game as far as MCing, where MCs are telling elongated stories, really long, drawn out stories, complete narratives. And that's why I like that one a lot. Of course, Black Thought always come with it. Most came with it. I really like the way Most wrote Education. I mean, he really let the bars kind of land, and he really jam a lot in there as far as words per bar, which that's what I love about Black Thought, because he's kind of like a drummer, the way he rhymes, like nothing's ever out of place. So I'm just kind of leave that there until next time, where I can really think this through and really pick some shit and etch some shit out. But I'm really going with Freddie, man. He really brought it. Also, Freddie said on the interview with Rosenberg
Hold on.
better rapper.
We gotta go into that.
Bro, we gonna go there? Oh,
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
okay.
We gonna go into that.
Yeah.
You know, okay, all right.
Yeah.
We going into that.
I like to jump ahead in the program, man.
Mr.
Even if
Dunn,
I
you
get
do
through, I'll be
it.
like,
I got a big Doom fan over here to my left, so
I'm a Doom fan too. But
no, I'm a Doom
we gonna get
fanatic,
into it.
so
we are definitely gonna go into what he said.
I'm a Doom fanatic, so I really try to give him the benefit of the doubt. But if that's later on in Act 2, then I'll wait to Act 2 to really get into that.
We got that coming up. Yo, Bruce, what you got for your 3?
All right, first one. It's not even a verse. It's the whole song. Royce the 5'9" Field Negro came out early. Huh?
Off of what?
Oh yeah, he did.
He dropped the single. It was early in the year. It was like February.
Okay, he produced it too. Yeah, I remember.
He produced it too. That's also like an honorable mention beat too. He just went in about
And what's
really the black, huh?
what's the name of it?
Field Negro.
Field Negro. All right, I must have missed that.
Yeah, he's basically
like
going in about the black struggles and stuff. So,
And you said he produced it?
Yeah, he produced it too. The beat's dope too. It's you know Royce. It's so many bars. I can't even.
Right. I feel you. Yeah. With verse, you just take the whole song.
Yeah.
All right.
Next, we got R.J. Payne, Dirty Harry.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The first time I saw R.J. Payne was at the Griselda show.
Right.
And then he came out with this verse the next week, and I was like, yeah. He was like,
Filthy. Dude out of Filthy. Nice.
Bars hit you so hard, like when you find out your daughter's a lesbian. I was like, this man, wow. He said, I got the big AR album and the dark low bumping League Moss. I pull up, then I park slow, bananas and pineapples, nigga, no Kevin Hart though. I was like, yeah. This dude is vicious.
And you got anything else? Or that's it?
And I gotta get a Freddie verse. I'm gonna go Flat Tummy T. Yeah, when he's like Supreme Mathematics, I'm on the right course. Took the sword and knocked white Jesus off of that white horse. I was like,
it's incredible.
Yep.
I knew that song by heart since March. Like,
yeah, that's definitely a band. Yeah, what you got yours?
All right. So I had the obviously we had to push a Palm Olive verse. Don't I got to say too much about that. I also had the Jim Jones State of the Union verse, which is I think might be his best written verse ever throughout. Like the first couple of bars when he's like, I think my critics need to hear this. Anyone who doubts my political awareness. I was like, Jim, where you coming from, bro? Like, what is this? You know what I mean? And then he went to the Kaepernick references, which is probably just a little bit of a freestyle at the end. It just made I ain't got a nail just to stand with you. I was really in the field with them hand pistols. I was really impressed with the bars, the cadence, like some of the wordplay he was using in there. Like,
so the joint I like is when he says something like what about legal libation.
And my thoughts on the legalization, they try to turn weed into a legal libation. Why don't we legalize Haitians? I was like, this nigga. I was touched. You can ask my wife. Sometimes when I hear these verses, I jump up and down in the crib with the headphones on, foolish like that. But there was that verse. I want to talk about Benny's verse on took the money to the plug house.
Yeah,
bro, he had a stretch of bars in there that I literally like brought back 20 times. It was just the flow and the cadence. It was when I go pay for drugs, I need duct tape and gloves, pots, 2 plates of scrub, a spot when the neighbor's good, a place where the fiends do favors for the neighborhood. Come and cop and leave. Took the cable up. I was damn. This nigga right here is out of control. Out of control. Benny in like a year is turning one of my favorite rappers, yo. Like, he's like really descriptive. Like you can tell he's really been in the kitchen and elsewhere. So there's that. I'm gonna add one. I feel I need to because people are disrespectful. Add Drake's verse on Omerta. Push. Close your eyes. Okay.
What happened? You said who you adding?
Drake. Drake has a verse on a song called Omerta.
You said Drake?
Drizzy.
Oh my God, Drake is on.
Oh my God. She about to take the headphones off.
I'm gonna finish that.
Let him finish.
Drake
What are you talking about? Like, is your shit breaking up? Like, what are you talking about?
Y'all are so disrespectful.
Did he write
Oh
it though?
my God, I don't even know. I don't. Oh
I
my
mean,
God.
yo, boys, let him go. Let him go. Let him
Am I allowed to have the moment?
Yeah.
You
Wait,
can
is
have
it Drake
a
or
moment
who
with
wrote it?
Drake. Go
Yeah.
have Drake moment now.
Listen, fine. You want to dispute that? Fine, cool. You
No,
asked
I don't know.
you asked me what my favorite verses are. I didn't ask you who wrote them. What my favorite verses are. I could.
Okay, that's fair.
But we know because we know who wrote them. We know Benny wrote his shit. We know,
and that's fine. But Drake, the song Omerta, I was listening to it for like a week and I couldn't figure out because he had we're moving on. No, we're gonna move on. That's it.
No, come on, man. I want to hear it.
I want to hear it.
I am portion discouraged.
Yeah.
I want to hear the verse.
Now I'm intrigued. I want to know.
Yeah, I want to know too. To be honest, I want to know.
No, you don't.
I do.
I've never heard this song. I didn't know he had a new
All right,
song.
okay. If you allow me to finish, disrespect. Okay, let me stop playing. Okay, so after
I'm gonna turn my camera off.
the Raptors won, he dropped two songs. He dropped Joint Ross, which I really don't. I didn't really bang with the Joint Ross until I went to Dykeman a couple days ago and heard it at Dykeman, and I was like, okay, song's pretty good. But the Omerta song is where he's spitting bars, and listen. Say what you want about Drake. He can rap. He can rap his ass off. I'm not sure who wrote it. If you want to say that, but that's fine. But I realized he was using like a Smooth the Hustler flow. I'm not sure. I had to do some Googling because I was like, I couldn't figure out what the name of the song was, but Broken Language. He was using a broken language flow. And to me, he was just killing it. It was like, just to give you some bars. Sending the Lagos, Turks and Caicos, Barbados, Trinidad and Tobago. Never go the same places they go, separate vacations. I was never on the path to get into Cambridge. I mean, I was good at doing math, but I'm better with language. Like those, I'm sorry, I identify with shit like that. That's like, those are like really poignant bars. The wordplay is good. The flow is outstanding. If you want to check it out, check it out. If you don't like Drake, of course, hey, you know, I can't help it. I mean, you guys.
It's all good. Y'all know I like Drake.
I'll send the link to the song. You guys are very welcome.
I listen to it. Like I said, Drake to me is like the Sammy Davis of hip hop. You know, like so he's just he's a dance king. You know, and prayerfully he gave. You know, prayerfully Smooth wrote it for him so Smooth can get a check, and then we hip hop.
I don't buy that either. I don't buy.
Right. I just hope, you know, I hated that when Jennifer Lopez did the Jenny from the Block and gave the check, the bag to Tone and Pope and ain't give it to him.
Beating us.
I'm never mad at that. I'm just like, you know, get a bag to the right person. All right. Here's some of the albums that came out this year. Because prior to probably maybe the summer, everybody on Twitter was hitting me up like, yo, this has been an incredible year for hip hop and woo, woo, woo. And I'm like, where? Like, I don't, you know. There's all these niggas from upstate New York. Like, there's an upstate New York overflow of rappers from anywhere above the Bronx.
El Camino.
Everybody's
from Syracuse. They just coming down like
all the openers for Griselda show.
Griselda show. Well played. Good. Well played.
Smith and Wesson, Blue and Oh No, ETO and Muggs, Bun B and Static. The Pete Rock SP 1200 album, Styles P had an album, Diamond D, Currency and Static Selector, West Side Gun, Eric Sermon, Jim Jones, Freddie Madlib, and Benny, and I'm sure I'm missing a million. I'm sure Mankind dropped like 10 albums this time frame too. I'm sure your old Drew probably dropped 5. But my top album of 2016 so far, and it gets 5 mics from me. I never thought in my life I would ever be giving 5 mics to Jim Jones. Never thought in a million years I'd be doing that, but I love that album. I listen to it, if not every day, every other day. When I'm in the gym, I'm listening to it. At work, I'm listening to it. I love that. Him and Arsonist. Now, yeah, you're much more up on the Diplomats than I am. Now, people have been telling me Jim ain't writing his rhymes because he got too much better or whatever. And I'm like, look, I don't know. I've never seen anything come across my plate, but Arsonist and Jim Jones just mesh. Like they sound great together.
And that's from years past. Even when they were doing Dipset albums, like the best joints that they had were with Heatmakers, particularly when Jim had a verse too. You know what I mean? And even though Jim wasn't very, great lyrically or like just with, skill, he wasn't a very highly skilled rapper, but he still knew what to do. He just sounded good with Heat. That album is outstanding, man. It's my favorite album of the year, no question about it. Like,
yeah, I mean, and I never thought I'd be saying that. And the sad part is again, I never hear anybody talk about Arsonist. Now, here's the funny thing. I don't know how many of y'all follow Knots on Instagram, but Knots posts like 1 billion beats a day.
Yep.
I'll be looking at the comments, and it'll be rappers like, "Oh, fire! I want this." But then when that rapper's album comes out, none of them
beats is on there.
Right.
I'm always wondering, is it the money? But something just don't add up. But one thing I can say about following Arsonist on Instagram, people pick those beats. So, it was dope to hear, some of them joints that made the Jim Jones album, when he had first posted them, when he made them. But that is my top album of the year. And the one album that I'm looking forward to for the rest of the year is Retropolitan, the Pete Rock and Skyzoo album.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
I just talked to him the other day.
Yeah, I'm salty that they talking about a fall release. I'm like, Pete, my nigga, come on. Like, if the album's done, I mean, it's on Mellow Music Group. Like, we really gotta wait. But I also
it's on Mellow.
Yeah, it's on
Mellow Music. I think it's Skyzoo on that label.
But I think it may be a good choice because it seems like Griselda's about to run the summer because I heard Conway got an album coming out and then
he just put out something. I think they're putting out too much. Didn't Conway just drop this year?
He did drop a mixtape.
He dropped.
It was called like Trillmatic with some producer.
He dropped 2 mixtapes.
I thought he dropped Food 3 this year too, which I wasn't a big fan of. I agree with you, nigga. I think they're dropping entirely too much.
Yeah.
Same time, but if you're telling me Benny's already dropped, Westside's already dropped, Conway got an album, and Conway and Benny got an album coming all this summer, then I could see Pete kind of being like, you know what, let them niggas live. We'll just pop up. I think now with music being able to just upload it at any time, you may just want to find a good week. Like, nothing dropping? Okay, fuck it. Boom, we dropping it. Right now. Like, we ain't even got to pick no week. We just going to play the shit by ear. It's ready. Videos is done. Album cover's done. Boom. That's how we going to rock. So that's my joint. El Capo, favorite album of the year. Looking forward to the Skyzoo and Retropolitan. Porsche, what about you?
My favorite album of the year is Blues, A Long Red Hot Los Angeles Summer Night. And the reason I love that one is just because if you have spent time in California and in LA and down like in San Diego and stuff, that whole album from beginning to end is just like, it takes me back. And I feel like I'm sitting in Cali somewhere and I love it. So yeah, I mean, I love that album. It's not a 5 mic to me. I don't give out 5 mics that often. But it's solid. It's a solid 4 mic. And I love it.
And this is Oh No, right? Oh No,
right.
producer.
Yeah.
Right.
I gotta check that out because
Michael Jackson.
One of the things that I'm listening about hip hop is just you saying it, explaining it like that makes me want to listen to it. Because I've never had.
Here's the thing. When it first dropped, I went crazy about it on Twitter, and people were hitting me up like, oh, yeah, it's a dope joint, but like, I've never been to Cali, so I don't really get it. And like, oh, I don't really know California, so it doesn't really mean much to me. Oh, I guess you got to be from California to like it. And I'm like, well, just put yourself there. Like, close your eyes, listen to the album, and it'll take you to California. Like, it's like that. So, yes.
And what I was going to say is you explaining it like that sparked my interest because I missed that about hip hop. I missed, I'd never been to Compton, so when NWA came out, I felt like, okay, boom, they explaining Compton. I never been to Atlanta until I moved there. So when Outkast dropped, I felt like hip hop would, would take places. I ain't know nothing about Chicago, but listening to Common Sense, I'd be like, okay, Green and different things like that. So just you saying that it kind of takes you to Cali. I haven't heard hip hop like that in a minute. So
I love it, and it totally reminds me of just looking at palm trees, just driving down highways and listening to music. Like, it just is that for me. for Mike Solid.
And it's funny you say that because the Jim Jones and yeah, I'm sure you may agree or disagree with this. It feels like summertime in New York. Like it feels like it's a summertime album. Like so, I think that's
awesome.
One of the reasons I love the Jim Jones album because it reminds me of summer, not just in New York, but Philly, just summer in the city. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I totally agree with you on that. And what's the one album you're looking forward to?
Skyzoo and P-Rock. I have like gifts dedicated to that. Every time I think about it, I'm like, oh yeah, it's coming out like eventually. So yeah, I'm with you though. I'm kind of disappointed that he pushed the release date back so far. Especially when
Pete like to have his shit crisp though, so he probably like mastering the hell out of that joint.
Yeah. But the thing is that when he sits there and he's like tweeting about when P-Rock tweets out, God, you guys got to hear this joint. You're gonna love it.
Yeah.
I just want to I want to be like, bro,
give it the rap so we can hear it, nigga.
Yeah. So those tweets kill me from P-Rock. So.
Yeah.
But I am looking forward to that album.
One joint, I think either him or Sky posted something on IG, and it sounded incredible, but
it was IG. P-Rock's been posting snippets of it on IG, and every time.
I don't want to hear nothing. I just want to hear the album. I don't even want to flip it. I don't want to hear nothing else. I'll just wait for the album.
Yeah,
no doubt. Nick, what you got? Album of the year, and what you looking forward to?
Album of the year: Madlib, Freddie Gibbs. They saved rap for me this year because I haven't been loving too much. Madlib and Alchemist over the past 15 years are like two of the, I won't say newer producers because they've been around, but they've crept into my top 10, which is hard to do. And I feel like Freddie is underrated. Him working with Madlib opens him up to, I call them the dusty backpack niggas who don't listen to street rap. So they can kind of see how talented he is as a rapper because, they love Madlib. So that album, that's going to stay on repeat for a while for me, man.
Right.
And
just off the rip, how many mics you giving it so far?
4.5 with 5 mic potential.
All right. Yeah. The same thing with me, 4.5 with a 5 mic potential.
Mm-hmm. Album, like Pete Rock, Skyzoo, we already know that, but I'll go Kendrick Lamar, my favorite rapper of the bunch. I saw, was it Interscope?
I didn't even know he was supposed to drop something new this year.
Yeah, Interscope had posted like upcoming releases for the rest of the year. His name was on there, so I'm like, okay. Nope. So hopefully we get Pete Rock and Kendrick later this year.
That'd be dope. Greg, what about you, good brother?
Definitely going with Bandana, man. It just sounds sweet, man. It just sounds like, Jimmy was great. And there's a couple other albums like the Plugs I Met, definitely. But the Madlib just got a way of making it sound like an aesthetic, man. It got a color to it, which I love. It got a taste. And it's rare that a producer could do that. Like my man said, Alchemist can definitely do that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm definitely going with Bandana, man. I'm giving it 4.85. It's right there, man. It's right there. It's right there.
Like gymnast mic rate.
Right. Like you might as well give me $5. If it costs $4.85, like it costs $5. But it's not $5 technically. But yeah, it's beautiful. Definitely looking forward to Pete Rock, Skyzoo as well. I heard about Kendrick earlier this year. I'm not a huge Kendrick fan, but I like the way he put together albums. He's like an artiste, man. They know how to put together a whole piece. But the album I'm actually looking most forward to is Q-Tip, The Last Zulu. I'm thinking it's coming out this year.
I hope so.
Right. So Q-Tip's another guy like y'all said with Pete Rock. He's super perfectionist, and the Renaissance was great, but that was like 11 years ago. So we definitely need another solo.
Damn, that's 11
perfect.
Years?
Yeah, 11 years. And it's stand up. I was listening to it the other day, and it's a beautiful piece. So it's only a few guys that actually make really beautiful projects. Like a lot of shit be hard and it's dope, but when it's like beautiful, when you really sitting there absorbing it, I think Q-Tip still got that kind of power. So I'm looking forward to that for sure.
All right,
and not hip hop related, the Raphael Sadiq joint. What I'm bugging. I think that's next.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's supposed to be an August.
Yeah.
And talking about, I'm glad you brought that up, Nick. Have y'all heard Isaiah Sharkey or Shaky?
No, from Chicago. Me and my girl, we went to go see him at Rockwood Music Hall. There was like 100 people there. This dude is flames. He's played with John Mayer, played with D'Angelo. Yo,
okay,
check him out. Him.
If you like D'Angelo, I'm interested because we've done this show between biting and paying high. Mm-hmm. And it's my man hit me the other day, like, what you think of Isaiah? I'm like, I've never heard of the boy. And he sent it to me, and he was like, it's very D'Angelo. You know what I mean?
Is it like too close to biting? No.
For me, I'm in the middle. I'm stuck because I almost feel like it's like when Chico DeBarge came out with the Iggy joint, that album, which I love. I love the album, but he was biting deep. You know what I mean? Like, let's just call it a spade a spade,
But Sharky's main thing is more a guitar hero. Like, he's a guitar god. You know what I'm saying? Like, more the focus is about his instrumentation. So when you go to a show, got 2 solos per song, and that boy be flying, man. I mean,
so he got an album out? His
album is out. His album is actually called, hold on, I've been listening to it. This is called Love is the Key.
Love is the Key, okay.
Love is the Key. But check it out because I'm interested to know what y'all think. Crazy story. He was saying he was in like Guitar Center, some music store in Virginia, and was like playing the guitar. And then D'Angelo came out because D'Angelo was getting guitar lessons, and he was like, yo, my OG Spanky, was cool with you. He passed away or whatever. And D'Angelo was like, oh, Spanky. And then D took him on tour with him. And but I'm very interested to hear what y'all think. So definitely thank you, Nick, for the Raphael Saadiq joint. But definitely if anybody out there is looking for something like mellow, I hear Curtis Mayfield, I hear Prince, I hear D'Angelo, I hear different pieces of everything. Real dope album. Bruce, what about you? Oh, I'm sorry. What were you saying, Greg?
Oh no, I'm saying I think he's the greatest living guitar player right now. Like,
like he was like a guitar prodigy. Like they said, he was playing in clubs at like 12 or something like.
Yeah, dude's out of control. But anyway, yeah.
All right, Bruce, who you got?
Bandana. I mean, the anticipation of this album, like me and my friends, like we were waiting for this album since Pinata came out. Like that's when I was like at Howard. Like we was talking about when Bandana coming out. We talking about that 2015. So for it to come out and to live up to what we thought it was gonna be is like ridiculous. It's like this album showed everything I love about Madlib. Because my boy, my best friend, I literally talk to him about Madlib every day. I listen to Madlib for breakfast. Like, because I was telling him because we all heard the album. He didn't listen to the album till like Sunday or Monday. I'm like, bro, you gotta listen to the album. Then he finally heard it. He's like, yo, I listened to that joint like 3 times. Like, this joint was amazing. It's like, now you understand what I'm saying. Like, and then Freddie went in, of course. I've been telling, for the last couple of years, I've been saying Freddie's top 5 current rappers.
Yeah.
Skill wise, I mean, I can't argue that. He's reasonable.
Yeah.
He has the entire skill set, whole thing.
Yeah. He can rap off any beat. He can switch flows, like, yeah. Like.
All right, what's that I'm looking forward to?
Alchemist. Alchemist album. Yeah. Yeah, because Alchemist to me,
I think it's like 8 songs or something.
It's like 12.
Well, right, yeah, he ain't say when it was dropping, but it's coming this year.
Yeah, I'm gonna say because Alchemist is the producer of the decade for me, and I think if it's anything like lunch meat or bread, then that's gonna be.
And you already know. I just seen Griselda on it. That's all I need. Alchemist and
exactly. And Rob Marciano.
Give him more beats, man. He always had like 1 or 2 tracks.
Yeah.
Back to Griselda. Is it me or they just like going away from Derringer a little bit? Because Derringer only had 1 beat on West Side album. He only had 1 beat on Benny album. Did he even have a beat on Food 3?
No, he wasn't on Food 3. He wasn't on Food 3.
So it's like a boot camp clip. Beat minor situation.
No. I don't think I think Wes has a tendency to want to listen to other producers. One of my people, JR, got on with Griselda through Wes saying, "Look, producers, send me all your shit. I'll listen to it." And my man got on through that. You know what I mean? So I think Wes likes to just open the gate, but I think when it comes time to doing albums,
album,
gotcha.
In pocket. I think we're doing mixtapes. It's kind of like whatever hits us, but. Trust and believe.
Right.
there's no way that Conway Shady album's coming out with not at least half of it produced by Derringer, in my opinion.
I'm nervous about that album, man. I don't know what to expect.
I'm nervous.
Longest Marshall.
I'm nervous.
Out the pot.
I think a lot of people.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
longest Marshall stay out of the studio, they good.
Yeah, exactly. Eminem don't need to show up at all. Like, I don't even want that nigga calling on speakerphone. Like,
they really don't need
right.
the money. Don't.
He can't even produce his own albums.
Let them do them. Yes. Don't come in the studio with your beats. Don't come with fucking triple word.
I don't even want to I don't want nowhere.
Yeah, no Eminem verse.
I don't even want a feature. I don't want ad-libs from Eminem. I don't want him.
Nah.
But I just want your engineers, bro. That's it. That's it.
All right, yeah. What you got? I know you said. Jim Jones.
Just like I said, top to bottom. I mean, you know, sometimes listen to albums, you be like, damn, do I like this too much? Like, are there really any bad songs in this album? And you really get to a point you're like, no, they're not. Like, you be trying to skip joints, but joints come on, you're like, damn, that should slap the right way. You know what I mean? I'm a big fan of sequencing too, and the sequence of the album is really, really good. And like Kill said, it sounds like a true summertime New York City album.
You know what, too, yeah? The other thing about the joint, it sounds like an album. People was on Twitter was like, yo, so much of this shit that comes out sounds like demos. Sounds like
a collection of songs.
We just went to the studio and recorded some shit and here just gonna throw it up on DistroKid or throw it up on SoundCloud. Whereas this sounds like an album. The hooks are good. Good.
That's why Jim, please put out a CD. He had an album last year. He released that on CD. Jim Jones.
Wasted Talent.
Give the old dinosaurs nigga like me a CD, bro.
I feel you.
And Wasted Talent was dope when the Heatmakers.
Yeah.
The Heatmakers was there. You know, and don't even get me started, y'all, because the Fred the Godson may have one of the dopest verses.
It was when I was going through the verses, it was up there. It was probably my top 10. It was up there. I mean, we won't get to Fred, but as far as albums that I'm looking forward to, I'm really looking forward to honestly Rick Ross's album. I'm a big fan of his last album. He said he was dropping. I've been waiting for it. Apparently, it's coming in the fall, so that's the one I'm looking forward to. So,
all right, tell me this real quick, just a yay or nay. I heard the Just Blaze Rick Ross joint. I'm underwhelmed by it. Like,
I don't like the songs he putting out.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling it. Like, I feel like it was.
That song, I actually like Ross, but I didn't like the beat. The beat it didn't match. You know what I mean? And so I feel you, but I'm not concerned because Ross goes through this all the time. Like, he just drops a couple joints and it's like, yeah, what is that? And those joints don't make the album. Then he finally gets a joint, and then so I'll give Ross the benefit of the doubt right there. But you are correct. It was a little underwhelming, no question.
Yeah. All right. Here's the thing. My man Greg brought it up. Freddie Gibbs, Paul Rosenberg. I seldomly ever listen to Paul Rosenberg.
Yeah, I can't stand him.
You know, you tell me Freddie Gibbs and Madlib.
Exactly. That's the only reason I watched it.
Madlib don't do radio interviews.
Right. That right there, you need to listen. But Freddie Gibbs, and I love him for this. Like, he literally is now in my top 5 rappers walking the planet Earth right now. A lot, not just based off of Bandana. He's one of the few MCs who I really want to see this dude in the studio. Like, does this dude have to do takes? Like, yo, his rap is like,
he's one of the guys you want to see the work. Right. Like, you want to watch it.
Right.
Yeah.
It's so rapid fire that I'm like, are you getting punched in? Like, do you literally have enough breath to do this? Like, but neither here nor there. Freddie Gibbs said he could rap better than MF Doom, and I loved it. When he said it,
I did too.
I just wanted to just high five that nigga through the phone or through the computer, because it's like, these MF Doom folk out here who have MF Doom as the best rapper who has ever walked the planet Earth.
Yeah.
How do y'all feel? Greg, Bruce, I know MF Doom is your dude, Bruce. How did
look? Freddie said on Fetty, he said, "Coldest nigga you ever heard on Album the Oldest shit," and I respected that.
But
I don't think
that's different. That's like a little the best who ever did it on a Pete Rock track.
Okay,
it's different.
All right, this is what if we're talking about right now. I'm taking Freddie Gibbs right now, but over the course of history, I'm taking Doom.
So right now in a Rumble, you got Freddie.
Oh
yeah.
All right, cool.
Right now,
look, it's a song called
and Doom is my favorite rapper. Doom is my favorite rapper ever.
I know.
Right now, quite just kept. I wouldn't mind you all your money on Gibbs against anyone. And I didn't
Right, yeah. That's all, yeah.
Yeah, because Gibbs is a monster. Greg, what about you? How did you feel? And what did, because I know you wanted to speak on it early, so if I ain't touch on it, definitely bring it up. But what did you think of that interview?
I mean, you know, Freddie, Midwest. I mean, that's how we got to do in the Midwest. I'm from Cleveland. I'm a Cleveland native. So, you know, we really got to be out there. You know, New York to South LA. You know, he coming from Gary, Indiana. So, I mean, he really had to, you know, say what he felt. And I really felt like he felt like that in that moment. But objectively, I don't think he's a better rapper than MF Doom. MF Doom draw from references that you actually got to go and like pause for a second and think about. Even this was last year on the Czarface. The Czarface meets Metal Face. Doom is getting busy. And it's like, okay, I give Freddie, you know, maybe technique and cadence, so on and so forth. But for actual depth, references, the actual color that he's painting with, I still think Doom got the edge, man. I don't think a lot of cats can really go with Doom as a complete MC, really. I mean, and look, Freddie against anybody right now, I mean, I could probably, and I love Freddie. Definitely top 10 right now, but I could think of 5 just off the top of my dome. Like, nah, they better than Freddie. Elzai, Fonte, Still Thought, maybe somebody from maybe Benny, Royce. Boom, we already have 5. So,
right,
you know, that's how I'm rocking right now.
True indeed. Nick, what about you? How'd you feel about that?
You know, I loved it. You know, and the thing is, he didn't really shit on Doom because he said, I can rap, but he can't rap like me. That's what he said. He said, but he made a great project. The people kind of like glossed over that. He said he made a great project, and I went in the studio to top that project. So he giving Doom his props. It ain't like he shitting on him. He just a competitive dude at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
He dissed Jeezy.
I know he's still
he's ready for the smoke. Like he don't care.
Still,
I've been going on for like 15 years, man.
Yeah, like
he's like, yo, let it go. He not letting it go. He like,
yo, he wants all the smoke. Like,
the funny thing is, Nick, is that it's funny that you say that because I'm wondering, do we just
hold on. And one more thing about Doom, because like Doom from like 99 to 2005, that was peak Doom to me. He had like hella dope. He had
especially 0304.
Yeah, he had to Take Me to Your Leader, the
Vaudeville villain, in 2 years.
Yeah, like so, I'm not saying Doom not dope. Doom is dope, but he kind of rusty lately, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
Y'all heard that Czarface last year?
Yeah,
I heard some of it.
Honestly, Czarface was underwhelming.
You thought so?
Yeah,
for me it was.
I'm signing off.
You know the crazy, it's the crazy thing, and like I always say it on Twitter, we got to compare hip hop to food. You know what I mean? And the reason why I say that is because if I say I don't like chicken, everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, okay, Kill don't like chicken," and we're gonna move the fuck on. You know what I mean?
Right.
I say I don't like fill in the blank. I got niggas blowing my inbox up all day with you didn't hear this and you must have not heard this.
You gonna start hating on my homies.
The homies coming to get him.
We already know about the weaknesses. They at my door every Saturday morning. But at the end of the day, it's one of those things. Nobody, if I say I don't like chicken, niggas, y'all ain't sending me no fucking Chipotle and KFC to my job. Like, you must not try Popeyes. You must not try, my grandma's chicken. Like, here's the wild part about me. It all speaks to us differently. I'm just saying, like, yo,
my grandma's
if I'm about to say,
I love grandma chicken though.
I'm on the Twitter, and I say I don't like somebody, niggas are blowing me up for the next 48 hours. Like, Kill, you must not have heard. No, nigga, yes, I did hear. I just don't like it. It's okay if I love fried onions and Nick doesn't. I'm not gonna keep sending him chicken cheesesteaks from Philly to convince him that you should like fried onions too. You just don't like them, and it's okay. Here's the crazy thing with Doom, and this is why I said music speaks us all to us differently. I really like Mad Villainy. I'm not a big Doom fan outside of that. You know what I mean? He just doesn't. We all have certain criteria and what we like in somebody. Crazy example. Pete Rock's favorite Marvel character is the Hulk. I'm like, how the hell do you pick the Hulk as your favorite character? The Hulk is whack. But obviously, Pete Rock, there's something about Bruce Banner. I fuck with Wolverine. Portia may like Spider-Man. It don't fucking matter. You know, Batman still don't got no powers, but people still like that nigga. Like, it's just different things, you know.
And to that point, music speaks to people different. Mos Def was talking about Doom one time, and he described them better than anybody. He said, Doom raps as weird as I feel. And you can't really describe Doom any better than that.
I mean, I don't know if this is true, but I used to run with a cat, ran with Madison, and I don't know if this is true. This secondhand information that they said that Doom would take Post-its and write down bars and then just put it on the wall. And then later, when it was time to record, he would literally just grab random Post-its.
That would make sense. That would make sense.
Like, and again,
that would make sense.
I can't say that I heard it from somebody who heard it from somebody, but that's it. But now, I mean, here's the thing. I'm glad, you know, folk love Doom. I've got Freddie, you know, but again, it's hard for me to speak intelligently on it because I really don't know Doom that much. Porsche, what about you? Doom or Freddie right now?
Right now, I think Freddie, and the reason I think that is because I agree that Doom has references in depth that maybe Freddie doesn't have, but at the same time, like, I think as fans we give, and I'm guilty of this. Of course, I'm guilty of this, but we go off of potential or off of, like, we give MCs a lot of credit for potential or for things that they've done in the past because we know they were capable of doing it. And maybe they're not capable of doing it anymore. And they're never going to be capable of doing it again. That was their prime. Their prime's over. And now they're kind of like, you know, on the downward slope. And I think that's what's happened with Doom. Like, I think there was a time where all of these points would have been very valid in any discussion. But I think now, like, you're talking about 2019, like right now, who's better? I think Freddie. Like, I don't think Doom can actually be that anymore.
You're the Max Kellerman of this Google Hangout, man. You're definitely the Max Kellerman of this Google Hangout. Very well said. I have no retort.
It's because I do this with J. Cole. I loved the Forest Hills album, and I want that back. But I don't know if that Cole exists anymore. Maybe he's, you know, he's like grown and changed, and now it's never coming back. You know.
It's the hair. He got cut the dress.
Whatever it is, like I always say, Cole's got the potential. That's why I'm always disappointed in these like albums and these whatever he's putting out, these compilations, and I don't know.
Oh no, let's not do Dreamville. Let's not do that.
No, but anyways, I'm guilty of it. That's why I can say it.
Well, back to Doom and Gibbs. DJ Muggs put out a song called Death Wish with both Doom and Freddie on it. Just listen to that.
I remember that.
That's all you got to do is listen to that song, and that'll let you know who better right now.
Now, here's the thing, too. Because off of what Portia was saying, I totally forgot. If I'm not mistaken, Doom's son passed away recently. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, this year, sometime within the last 3 to 5 years.
Yeah, yes. I remember that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So that may be a cause for why we haven't heard from him. The thing that I read on Twitter that somebody was giving Doom props for today, and I never thought about it like this, is he was saying how Doom reinvented himself. Because, of course, you know, he was in KMD.
Yeah, Zev Love
X. Right. He was Zev Love X. And they were saying anybody else who was out at that time is basically touring off of music that's 20 to 30 years old. And Doom is the only one who reinvented himself to make himself still relevant in the later 90s, in the 2000s, and I'm sure if he dropped the album tomorrow, mofos would be losing their minds. So I also want to give him props for being able to do something that most of his other counterparts from the 90s
can do.
Absolutely.
Like him and Sean Price, probably the only two that did that.
Right.
Kind of reinvented themselves.
Yeah. What about you, Freddie or MF Doom?
Well, I'm not an MF Doom guy. I've probably listened to 2 MF Doom songs in my life, honestly. So we could just move right on.
All right.
Yeah.
We're moving right on. Yeah. Talk about your album. We're talking about albums coming out in the second half of the year. Let's talk about You're All Welcome.
Okay. Album's called "You're All Welcome." So it started. So I sort of just recording over like the last few years. I put out a couple joints. So I was actually recording called Leave Open, and then it kind of was just turned into this thing. You know what I mean? I was getting beats from everywhere, and I was in a nice little zone, just rap wise and writing wise. Linked up with Greg. Greg is here. He's got 2 beats on the album. Rec has 2 beats on the album. Kill has the intro on the album. And it's just basically it's I don't know what to call it. I'm just showcasing skill. You know, just basically me being in New York City over like the last few years, what I've experienced, kind of like, you know, transitioning. I think the rhymes are dope, the beats are dope. It's not like a necessarily a conceptual project like Hump Day was for those who are familiar with my last project. But it's a dope project. Bars on there all over the place, good beats. I think everybody's gonna vibe out. Something on there for everybody. I know that's the cliche, the same thing to say, but there's truly something on there for everybody. I sent it to Kill, I sent it to Greg. I think they approve, I believe. So
oh man. cooking with grease. And not just my joints, you know. Producers get.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
Yeah, so when they drop, yeah.
So hopefully the final mix is tomorrow. Greg will be different mix. Trying to tie this thing down. For those who don't know, like this is the most stressful part for me in the whole, music part. It's the mix. It's just making sure that everything sounds right, because you're presenting a project to a lot of people and you want to make sure it sounds correct. And it's a process for people who are not familiar with it. So, we'll be fine tuning tomorrow and see if we can come out with it sometime in the next 3 or 4 weeks.
I'll say this. I love the album. Greg, I love your joint on it.
Word.
I'm not sure the other one you did, but the first beat I heard, I was like, I hit y'all like, yo, who did this beat? Like, this shit is dope. Like, so props to you on that.
Yeah, appreciate it, bro.
The song you have dedicated to your homegirl who died from cancer.
Also done by Greg.
Okay, so you did that joint too. Yeah. That right there, again, everybody pump your fucking brakes. I'm not about just everybody, before I say it, I'm not saying this is as good as Troy. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying it's as good as Troy. Troy is over here. Troy is over there on a whole nother planet. It's over there. And I'm not talking about you, Porsche. I'm talking about when people see this on people gonna lose their fucking mind.
Oh, good.
And be like,
the tiki torches out.
Yeah, it's gonna be tiki torches. And I don't want to put then people don't like it because it's not better than Troy or whatever. But what I mean by that is the song about Yao's homegirl dying of cancer literally brought tears to my eyes. Like the way that you spoke about it, the way that you spoke about her, it's one of those things similar to what Porsche was saying, I guess, about Blues Album, where you feel like you're there. Like I felt like I knew your homegirl. Like I felt like I knew her. You know what I mean? So just to say props on that, because a lot of people do dedication songs, don't really, it's a good song, but it doesn't touch. But I can say that, like, it was like, damn, like, whatever. So
I appreciate that.
Ain't gonna have me crying, bro.
Hey, look, you supposed to, you want to make sure you derive emotion. I know it's cliche to say, but that's the point of making music. So I'm sharing my emotion with you, hopefully, and bring some emotion to you, and you can feel good, bad, indifferent about it. So
yeah. So very dope album. Since we're talking about albums, my young boy Muse's album, Adolescent Tape, is out. And it's dope. I love it, not just because I produced like 90% of it, but I love the fact that the kid is 17 when he wrote it. Like the kid, he's a kid. Like he literally just graduated from high school like a month ago. Like he literally is a kid. Like he'll text me at 2 a.m. I'm like, nigga, it's 2 a.m, but he's a kid. You know what I mean? Like, it has got to be the first time in history a 17-year-old has made an album with a 45-year-old too. You know what I mean? But he has a song on there dedicated to my man Tay, who got murdered in DC. And every time I hear the song, it brings tears to my eyes. I played it for his sister in my car, brought tears to her eyes. I played it for his mom. So, I'm just commending both you and Muse for being able. And Muse didn't even know Tay. Like that's the other thing. Like, what I love about him, he's a sponge. Like he'll sit in the studio and hear me talking to Naomi about Tay and our stories with Tay, and he just soaked that up, went home, wrote a rhyme, and came back with that, which was incredible for me. Bruce, you've got a new instrumental album about to drop with Sky Zoo on it. Let's talk about that real quick.
Yeah, first I'm putting out a remix album. I got like 3. I'm definitely putting on there done. I'm trying to do like 10. I got like 3 done right now. So I'm just gonna keep making more and then just sit down to 10. So that's gonna come out first, and then my EP, Elegant Sounds of Bruce Wayne. I have 3 songs done for that. Talking to my boy here, got a song with that. This song we're working on right now, and the last song is gonna be with Passport, Gift, and Sky Zoo.
Just got done. That's my man. Passport is my man. That's my guy.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I just talked to him last week.
That's my guy, yo. Yeah. That's my man.
So working on that.
All right, no doubt. So we got some shine for some independent artists out here and their albums coming. Here's the thing, I was shocked. Nobody said Nas's Lost Tapes too. Like nobody.
I don't think anybody cares anymore.
There's too many questions.
Because wasn't it supposed to come out in 2012?
Porsche, ladies first, Porsche. What were you saying?
Oh, my bad.
Sorry, you guys. I was just saying, like, there's too many questions. Like, where is he pulling beats from? Like, what time period was that? What does he have? What part of the vault is he unlocking to kind of make that? And I think that's where Nasir was a giant disappointment to me. And I hope that Lost Tapes 2 is coming from a better place in terms of skill set, obviously, because Nasir was not it for me. I don't know. But I think that's why I don't have Lost Tapes 2 on the radar. I mean, once it drops, I'll check for it, but I'm not like sitting here like I am waiting for this Pete Rock and Sky Zoo joint. No way. Not even close.
What about you, Nick?
Now I was gonna say with Nas is my favorite MC before people get upset. But if I look at his discography the past 15 years, I only like one album. So it's like if this is the Lost Tapes, I didn't even like the shit that made the album. So why am I gonna like this? You know what I'm saying?
but I thought the premise of the whole Lost Tapes was this is the shit that didn't make the album because samples couldn't be clear. Like I always thought the aura of the Lost Tapes was this is the Nas we all want. This is the Nas that the label won't give us. And so
now if you look at the producers, what's his track record with Swiss Beats? Not good. What's his track record with Timbaland? Not good.
Wait, that one joint he had with Swiss was good though.
That was DJ Scratch. That was DJ Scratch.
Oh,
the one that dropped last year?
Yeah, that's DJ Scratch produced.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, okay.
Scratch did it.
Yeah. Okay, never mind.
So yeah, like so you're talking Summer on Smash. No, I'm good on that. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't care for that. Him and Pharrell, I don't need to hear that.
Right. Nah, I feel
and what RZA, RZA on the I saw RZA
exactly.
Yeah,
RZA,
Pete Rock,
RZA.
Yeah. Now I want to hear the Pete Rock and the Alchemist joint, but then that's about it.
Yep.
What about you, Greg?
Well, for Lost Tapes?
Lost Tapes.
I'm echoing everybody's sentiment. I want to know which RZA. Are we going to get ASR 10 RZA? Or,
Post 2000.
Yeah.
I mean, Guitar Center RZA.
Listen. Yo, Wu-Tang and RZA, that's probably the reason I even thought that I could even go do hip-hop instead of just listen to it and enjoy it growing up. So that's tough for me to say. But if we getting like ASR 10 Stax Records, RZA, then I'm definitely interested.
Hell yeah.
Alchemist, Pete Rock, so on and so forth. Right. Timbaland, I follow Tim on IG. Every now and again, he hit you with a joint that sound, he used some different drums. So again, we don't know which of these producers we gonna get. We only are certain about Pete Rock and Alchemist. So, but it is Nas, and Nas on a bad day is like your average MC on an extraordinary day. So it can't be. It's worth the listen. Yeah, I mean he gonna rhyme, So that's what he do.
My biggest thing is Scratch Magazine, 2006.
You might as well retire that kid.
Premier Magazine saying he had a track on Street Disciples that didn't make the cut. That right there caused me to pause because goddamn, Street Disciples was horrible. So how did Primo not make the cut? And that's number one. And then number two, Primo says in this article that Nas told him that beat would be on the Lost Tapes too.
So what year is that magazine?
That's 2006. So this is what I'm talking about. I've been talking about the Lost Tapes since 2006. It's 2019, y'all.
Yeah.
So, because remember, it was words floating around that Nas had a whole album with Swiss last year. So I'm thinking that's the Swiss we're getting. The fact that Hit Boy is on the Lost Tapes does not sit well with me. Hit Boy should be an album. You know what I mean? So I'm leery on that. Now the other thing is J. Cole supposedly has an album coming out called The Fall Off. You know what I mean? And just for shits and giggles, Street Life and Method Man got a new album coming out.
Street.
Well, Street Life has a whole stan base on Twitter that I didn't know existed until like 4
Greg,
months
let
ago.
me explain something to you. One day I was on Twitter and I said, "Who's Street Life?" And
yeah, I'm gonna say who's Street Life.
Yo, Street Life. He said PLO, Slam Cast like Bam Bam Bigelow. Oh man, Street is nice, man.
Well, here's the thing. Niggas acting like I said, who is De La Soul? Who is Tropical?
Yeah.
Like people lost their mind and niggas were like, oh, this is Mess Man. I'm like, oh, this nigga ain't even in the woo. Like this is whatever.
But to Street's credit though, when he do drop a verse, it's usually the best verse on the song, man.
Okay.
On a lot of the old Wu-Tang joints from like 95 to like 04. If he was on a song, it was usually the better verse.
And see,
him and Kappa.
See, I kind of fell off with the family tree dialogue of the Wu. Like, you know, if you was in the Wu, I was good. After
Wu-Tang JV team.
Started
no Killer Army.
You had the theater unit, had Raekwon's crew. Everybody started getting their own crew, and it lost me on that. The last thing I want to just vent about before we call it a day, I need y'all websites to hire some people who are over 43 years old. If you have a website, a blog, a magazine, anything, trying to talk about the culture I love, and you have a whole bunch of 21-year-old motherfuckers running that shit, your shit is whack. Somebody today at Viceland said that Lil' Kim's Ladies Night was the song that pioneered rap sisterhood in hip hop. And I'm like, so y'all never heard Ladies First? And I mean, I get
you know what I'm saying?
I get it.
They probably did.
And I'm not mad at the youth. I'm not mad because the youth only know what they know. I'm mad at the like Viceland. This ain't just Bobby's blog down the street. Like you supposed to have an editor who stops you and says, "Nah, come in my office. Close the door. Let me play something for you." You see what I'm saying?
So,
What's
on
up?
that point, there's legendary journalist Chris X speaks about that with Genius, Complex, Vice, all these hip hop publications. Basically hiring these kids. I used to work at the hip hop archives in Harvard. Everybody there was 20, 19, 22. And you make an excellent point. You really need people who live the culture, and the culture was consequential to follow these rules, so on and so forth, to help contribute to the intellectual, going forward with the culture, so on and so forth.
Yeah, and then I mean, like I said, I put it on Twitter. It's not a diss to the young writers because they don't know no goddamn better. But if you want to do anything, and y'all would get this because CBS Sports, ESPN, the people who are on camera at ESPN ain't none of them motherfuckers under 40.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
There's a certain level. They ain't gonna just throw some old 23-year-old up there on camera and be like, go talk sports, because they're not gonna be able to talk sports intelligently enough.
The whole network is gonna lose credibility, and that's why Complex and all these things they've lost credibility.
And also why hip hop continues to lose credibility, because we don't. This type of stuff wouldn't happen at Rolling Stone or Spin Magazine. It only happens in our culture because we just sold it off.
Right.
Right.
I want to say on ESPN, probably the youngest people were Mike and Jamel for His and Hers, and they had to be in their 40s, but you're not going to just throw no 25-year-old up on the jump with Rachel Nichols and be able to talk intelligently about basketball. And that's all I'm saying. If you have these things and you want to really get the culture, to me, you got to have somebody who's over 50, because there's a part of hip hop I didn't live through at 45. I don't know that cold crush brother life like that, and would never even front like I did. You know what I mean? I got books on it, but that's where it stops. So you got to have somebody who's over 50. You got to have somebody who's over 45. To me, it should be a 5. It needs to be like this, like how we are right here. Greg, I don't know how old you are, but there's like a 5-year difference between most of us. We're from different places. That's what I love about this show. Like Nick's from ATL, so he gives me a whole version that I never knew. Porsche, you're in Vancouver. When Cash is on, he's in LA. Like, if you really want to report on this culture the right way, you can't have 5 38-year-old niggas from the Bronx. Like, you're really not going to get a
I know exactly
well-balanced.
what that would sound like.
Yeah, you're not going to get a well-balanced, place to learn about it. And to me, that's what I've always wanted this podcast to be, where younger people can come in and learn and then, walk away and say, damn, I didn't know that and everything like that. So please, I know nobody ever listens to the old man at the club, but if you're doing something hip-hop, get somebody old with some gray hair.
Well, according to the guy on Twitter, you're one of these new millennials. So.
Yeah, I am a millennial because I said Slick Rick is not the greatest storyteller ever. So I was told I must be a millennial. So, I've been called a lot of things on Twitter, but a millennial is not one of them. It is. Bruce, give them all the info, good brother. Where can they get at you at?
Bruce Wayne 11 on Twitter, Instagram. I also have a Facebook page, Bruce Wayne.
All right, no doubt. Greg, are you on social media?
Yes, sir. At King Rim Beats 216 on IG. That's KNIGREM Beats 216.
All right.
On Twitter and IG. I ain't never on Twitter though. I never had nothing clever to say, so just IG pretty much.
All right, no doubt. Nick, give them all the info, good brother.
Big bro will link it up. Jim Jones, give your boy the CD. Make a CD, bro.
Yeah, I feel you. I want that physical too. Porsche, give him everything, miss.
Twitter at Cherchez La Porsche.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, music on Twitter and IG. What else do I use? That's pretty much it. I mean, hit me up, man. Any guru? I'm here for any guru discussion you want to have.
Yo, I think the funniest thing you ever did, somebody on Twitter. This had to be when I was in New York, so it had to be Christmas time, and you said this nigga really listed 150 people that was better than Guru. Like this nigga really sat there and listed 150 people that were better than Guru. And I was like, this nigga got a lot of time on his hands for the holidays to list 150 people that are better than Guru.
Y'all because y'all are cooking, man.
I feel you. Y'all know what it is. Kill 889 Twitter, IG. Porsche, what was it that you and Cash got into last week? You said that Illmatic was better than America's Most Wanted.
He said that Ice Cube is better than Nas. The discography is better, and I said,
not close.
Well, no, I think he said the first 3 albums. Like if you took the first 3 albums.
Oh, okay. The first 3 albums. Okay. Whatever it was. And I said, so you're saying with what the consensus is on Illmatic in the world, because it's the breath of life of hip hop and the rib that created humanity and all of this kind of thing. That
Illmatic this week still be talking Google Gaga. We wouldn't even be able to form sentences.
Yeah, no, right.
So with that said, you're still maintaining that Ice Cube, and he said, Ice Cube is he said Ice Cube is a better rapper and has better albums than Nas. At the end of the day, that's like, he got to the point where it was like Death Certificate or Illmatic. He put up a poll, and then it got to a point where it was like a Nas and Ice Cube thing. So
like me personally, I like Death Certificate more than Illmatic, me personally.
Death Certificate is my favorite West Coast album ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I put it with Illmatic.
But I'm not the Illmatic is the Holy Grail guy either. So
right.
I'm not either. But like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Between Nas and Ice Cube, I gotta give it to Nas. I mean, like
technical ability, but as a black man in America, Death Certificate is a more important album, in my opinion.
You can play that album today, and it still be relevant.
That's a whole other conversation.
But that's a whole.
But that's part of being a better album, though. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah, and I guess it's about what speaks to you, because again, and I know I'm the odd man out because
I know you like Ren more than Cube.
Yeah, I've never been the biggest Ice Cube fan.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
I like Ren more than Cube. Interesting.
I love what Cube talks about. I love his stance. It's like with Chuck D. I think he's one of the most important MCs ever. But I'm not gonna sit here and say Chuck D is better than Nas. You know,
I'm not. Cube is not a better rapper than Nas. I'm just
like, here's the thing.
The Death Certificate album is better.
Right. I get what you're saying, but
then by that, It Takes a Nation should be better than everything, and unfortunately,
it is the greatest album
to some people, but not to everybody.
I think it's based off an age group too. Like, we got to keep in mind that once you get to a certain age, and we all are either married in relationships, have kids, you kind of get lost in the sauce of how I forget I have some friends who are 32, like because we both work and I'm like, oh, we're the same. No, nigga, you like 15 years younger than me. You know what I mean? Like I always take it back to high school. Like nigga, if you were senior, you probably ain't banging a freshman. Like you know what I mean? Like so 2 years is a dip. Like I know people who are 43, like Kill, I'm with you, OG, and I'm like, you really weren't. You really weren't. You were.
That's how I felt about Kanye though. People that really love Kanye. I'm 37, so I feel like people that love Kanye are like a few years below me. They like worship Kanye. And for me, I'm like, you know, it is what it is. You know,
like,
cool.
See,
you know?
I thought Kanye was important for the culture because I felt like Kanye brought me back to the 80s. Because one of my beefs with hip hop was that at a certain point in the 90s, you had to be like a lyrical assassin or you were whack. And that's not how I grew up. I grew up on Houdini, Run DMC, the Fat Boys, Salt-N-Pepa, Kwame, Kid and Play. You could be Kid and Play and be dope. But once the 90s came, it was like, yo, if you are not a lyrical assassin, now you're corny. And I thought Kanye at least brought back, because I never thought Kanye was a dope MC. I never thought he was a lyrical guy. But I liked it because he talked about important things and he made it okay to just not be a thug or made it cool to not have to be from Queensbridge. He's walking around with pink polos and backpacks on. And to me, that opened the door for the Kendricks and the Coles and the Chances and all of those rappers. So I messed with him like that, but I never thought like Kanye was this ill MC. I love Kwame. I never thought Kwame was an ill MC though. You know what I mean? But I felt like once the 90s came, if you weren't Buckshot, if you weren't Nas, if you weren't, you know, coming with bars and bars and bars, then it was just lost. But all right, cool, Porsche. I just wanted to know what that was. Maybe that's why Cash got suspended. You know, so because he
shitting on Nas.
Yeah, he was shitting on Nas.
Oh my god! Like I didn't even know he got. I didn't even know he got suspended. I haven't been on Twitter the last few days, so I have no idea what's going on. But I guess between mine and your TL Kill, there's always someone getting suspended, and there's some drama that we've started.
Yo, I'll tell you what was funny today. Twitter went out for about 30 minutes. I thought I got suspended again. I was like,
I thought the one time I tried to log in 3 days and Twitter wasn't working, and I was like, yeah, they got me. I don't know what I did, but yeah.
Yeah. So the album's coming this year, though.
It'll be out very, very soon. Like I'm just trying to, like I said, like Greg, tomorrow we gotta, hey, bring a Henny, bro. I'm bringing Henny, dog. Bruce, one more time, give them your email if they want beats. Where can they get at you for beats? Emails.
Bruce Wayne 11 at Bruce Wayne Beats 11 at gmail.com, and it's Wayne. It's spelled WAIN.
All right, no doubt. And Greg, give them your email too if cats want beats.
No doubt. King Rim Beats, just like on IG. King Rim Beats 216 at Gmail.
All right, that's what it is. I will catch y'all next week, y'all.
See ya.
Amen.